Module 6, Coalition Building, Partnership Management, and Multi-Stakeholder Advocacy 1. Module Overview. Module 6 explores the strategic importance of coalitions, partnerships, and multi-stakeholder collaborations in advocacy and lobbying. While previous modules focused on individual organizational advocacy, lobbying strategies, media, and evidence-based approaches, this module emphasizes collective action, strategic alliances, and collaborative frameworks to achieve policy influence at scale. You will gain insights into how coalitions strengthen credibility, amplify reach, and improve resource utilization while navigating complex political, social, and institutional landscapes. The module provides extensive practical and theoretical guidance, combining organizational theory, stakeholder management, negotiation strategies, and coalition dynamics to ensure successful collaborative advocacy campaigns. 2. The rationale for coalition building. 2.1 Why coalitions matter, amplifying influence. Multiple organizations advocating collectively exert more pressure on policymakers. Resource sharing, pooling financial, human, and informational resources reduces duplication and increases efficiency. Diverse expertise. Partners bring complementary skills, knowledge, and perspectives, enhancing the quality of advocacy. Legitimacy and credibility. Coalitions demonstrate broad support, which enhances political and public acceptance. 2.2 Types of coalitions. Issue-based coalitions, formed around a specific policy goal or advocacy objective. Sectoral coalitions, groups of organizations within a sector, e.g., health, education, advocating collectively. Cross-sectoral coalitions, partnerships spanning multiple sectors to address complex, multidimensional issues. Global or transnational coalitions, networks that operate across countries or regions to influence international policy. 3. Steps in building effective coalitions. 3.1 Identifying partners. Map organizations, interest groups, and stakeholders aligned with your advocacy goals. Consider capacity, credibility, influence, and potential contributions of each partner. Evaluate potential risks or conflicts of interest in partnership arrangements. 3.2 Establishing common objectives. Conduct joint planning to define shared goals, outcomes, and strategies. Align advocacy messages while respecting organizational differences and priorities. Develop memorandums of understanding, MOUs, or partnership agreements to formalize roles. 3.3 Governance and decision-making. Define structure, leadership roles, and decision-making processes for coalition management. Establish mechanisms for conflict resolution, accountability, and transparency. Ensure inclusive participation from all partners with equal access to information and opportunities. 3.4 Resource mobilization and management. Pool resources for maximum efficiency. Share expertise, data, and tools to strengthen collective advocacy efforts. Develop joint fundraising strategies to support campaign sustainability. 4. Multi-stakeholder engagement. 4.1 Understanding stakeholder dynamics. Identify key stakeholders, including government agencies, private sector actors, civil society organizations, and community groups. Analyze their interests, power, influence, and relationships to determine engagement strategies. 4.2 Strategies for stakeholder collaboration, joint initiatives, co-develop campaigns, research projects, or advocacy materials. Consultative platforms, hold forums, workshops, or advisory councils to foster dialogue and consensus. Partnership networks. Leverage informal networks to share intelligence, monitor policy changes, and mobilize action. 4.3 Managing divergent interests. Use negotiation and mediation techniques to reconcile conflicting priorities. Build consensus on common advocacy positions without compromising core organizational values. Maintain transparency to sustain trust among diverse stakeholders. 5. Coalition communication and coordination. Internal coordination, regular meetings, progress tracking, shared calendars, and task management tools. External communication, unified messaging in media campaigns, policy briefings, and public events. Information sharing, use collaborative platforms for data, research findings, and campaign updates. Feedback loops, encourage continuous feedback to adjust strategies and improve coalition performance. 6. Measuring coalition effectiveness. 6.1 Key performance indicators: number of joint advocacy initiatives implemented, extent of policy or legislative influence achieved, stakeholder participation and satisfaction levels, media coverage, public engagement, and social impact. 6.2 Evaluation techniques. Conduct periodic coalition reviews to assess progress, challenges, and lessons learned. Utilize monitoring tools and dashboards to track advocacy outcomes. Document successes and failures for continuous improvement and knowledge sharing. 7. Ethical and legal considerations. Ensure all coalition activities adhere to legal frameworks and lobbying regulations. Avoid misrepresentation of partners' positions or credentials. Respect cultural, social, and political sensitivities in multi-stakeholder contexts. Maintain equity and fairness in resource allocation, decision-making, and recognition of contributions. 8. Learning outcomes for Module 6. By the end of Module 6, you will be able to understand the importance of coalition building in amplifying advocacy impact. Identify and engage suitable partners for issue-based, sectoral, and cross-sectoral coalitions. Develop governance structures, resource management strategies, and coordination mechanisms for multi-stakeholder advocacy. Manage divergent interests and foster collaboration among diverse stakeholders. Implement internal and external communication strategies to ensure consistent coalition messaging. Evaluate the effectiveness, sustainability, and ethical compliance of coalition-led advocacy initiatives.